Howdy YouTube, PattyMac1114 here. No guns to show you today. I figured I'd actually do a video of my quick experience I had at Gander today. I went and dropped my Remington 783 off for a cleaning because I got the protection plan on it and it's free. And I don't have the equipment right now to clean it myself, or at least not the equipment I would like to have. I'm actually probably going to purchase the Remington squeegee pack for about 80 bucks and use that to clean it, but I don't have that right now, and I'm saving up for a wedding, so I won't have that money for a while. So I have the protection plan, I have the free cleaning, I figured I might as well use it. While I was there, I got them to go ahead and get it off the counter and off the racks, a couple of guns. First off, I shop at the Gander in College Station. They have a huge selection of firearms. It's either #1 in all Gander stores in Texas, or it's #1 in Texas. I don't know, you'd have to look it up. But anyways, the very first gun I looked at was the Taurus, god damn it, Taurus Judge. The 410 gauge /45 long Colt revolver. I liked it. It definitely had some heft to it. The grip was okay, you know, it's got that weird horizontal slant on the rubber palm. You have to get a larger size, obviously, to get the longer grip that you can get all three fingers on. And that's a necessity for me. This isn't going to be my carry. I have a Kel-Tec for that. This is going to be my nightstand revolver. You know, if somebody's right at the edge of my bed, I don't have time to get in my closet and get my range hand. This is what I pull out of the nightstand, fully loaded all the time. I liked it a lot, and then as I was walking away, one of the other guys said, well, if you like that, did you look at the Smith & Wesson Governor? I've never shot either of them, I'm going to say that right away, but just by feel, Smith & Wesson blew it out of the park. It's a lot lighter, the handle's a lot more ergonomic, a lot more comfortable, and it came around the same size. Now, the one thing I didn't look at the Taurus is, I believe it's a 5-shot, and the Smith & Wesson is a 6-shot. That's awesome to me. Just, you know, that extra round. Now, the one thing I was thinking about is lighter better? I know you're shooting a 45 long Colt out of it, you're shooting a 410 gauge out of it, so kick's already going to be an issue, at least a little, as far as continuous shooting. You know, the heavier it is, the less recoil, so maybe that's where the Smith & Wesson has its frailties, because they were priced right around the same. I think the Smith & Wesson might have been like 75 or 100 bucks more, but of course that was just at my local Gander. The second gun I looked at was the Remington R1 1911 Enhanced. I want this gun. I thought it was a beautiful gun, very smooth. The one thing that was stiff on it was the slide release, for, you know, when the slide catches for the last mag. And of course everybody's already said, you know, it's going to be really, really tight when you first purchase the new gun, and it eventually loosens up, and that's all well and good. I just hope that's truly the case. I'm not going to say I have weak hands, but I couldn't get it while I was there. I mean, I was sitting there trying to do 2 thumbs and I couldn't get it to pop down. So I had to just, you know, pop the mag out and let the slide go back. And the thing is, for me, that's not necessarily an issue. I would like that to smooth out, you know, just so I could pop that next round in and just hit the lever down and let the slide go forward. But it's also not a big deal for me to just pop the empty mag out, pop the new one in, and let that slide go. Can't really say anything bad about it. I loved it. I loved the safety on it. I loved the grips on it. And mind you, I was looking at the R1 Enhanced. I loved the look of it. The sights on it were great, very bright. I mean, I was in the lighting of the store, and it was still extremely bright compared to the exterior looks. So when I got done looking at that, I wanted to take a glance at some AR-15s. Now, my budget for an AR-15 is really around 800, 900 max. And before y'all say anything, I'm not looking to get a cheapo AR-15 that has all the accessories. I want a base model 800, 900 that I can slowly but surely take the time to build the build up with just money over time. So, that being said, they didn't have a large selection. A large selection where I was at. for that price range. The next thing I went ahead and looked at a Remington R25. Pretty heavy gun. Of course, it's not the typical AR-15 stock. It's got a rifle butt stock on it. The foregrip, the forend, doesn't have the bar. It has its cylindrical shape, and it's got just about that much Picatinny rail showing at the end for maybe a front sight or something. It was really nice, though. I mean, if you could, I know it had a little bit of railing on the very top of the receiver where you could mount a scope. So, I mean, it definitely didn't look bad by any means. It's just not necessarily what I'm looking for, and definitely a little too high for me, price-wise. The next one I actually looked at, again, they didn't have a whole lot. They had a Stag Arms for about $850. That was actually pretty nice. The forend was not your typical shape. It actually had like almost an ergonomic feel to it for your fingers. And the one thing I have a problem with that is the first two things I'm going to put on my AR when I get it is not necessarily a scope, but some sort of sight, maybe a red dot or an ACOG. But the second thing is a forend grip, because that's how I want to hold. That's how I'm very comfortable holding it. I've held my friend's multiple times. I've never shot his because 223 ammo is not exactly the easiest to come by. And I'm not about to waste his ammo, but it feels very comfortable to me with that grip. So I already know that's something I'm going to want to put on mine. So just for poops and giggles, I got him to pull down the Colt M4 carbine. This thing was amazing. Loved it. It was, first off, it was like an olive army green. My goodness. It had just, I loved it. It was in the 5.56, obviously, so 223. $1,500. So, I know this isn't an announcement or anything. I'm thinking I'm going to up my budget for a AR and just go with a Colt, because this thing was smooth as butter. It felt great, and everything on it just felt great. So I think I've upped my budget for the AR to around $1,500 to try and get a Colt. So those are the guns I looked at while I was at Gander. If any of y'all have knowledge of the guns I talked about, please comment. Let me know what you thought. If you've shot them, please let me know. If you know a video that talks about it, post a link. Even if I've seen it, I still appreciate the link to it. And if not, just to my subscribers, hope you enjoyed the video. And if you liked it, subscribe, post, comment, like on it. I always like to hear feedback. Y'all have a good one, YouTube.